In this video, I'm going to expose some of the mystery about the term citizens arrests and also how to keep yourself from getting into legal trouble should you suddenly find yourself taking down a criminal, right after the channel intro. Remember, you are ultimately responsible for protecting yourself and for providing for yourself. Live your life with honor and integrity, and always be the wolf hunter. Don't be the sheep, and never be the wolf. Welcome to this community. I'm an avid prepper, a police officer, and an oath keeper. And I'm also certified to teach firearms and the use of deadly force through my state's police academy. Please subscribe to this channel to see many more upcoming videos on prepping and self-defense. Because of my job and because I have a channel about prepping, I found that preppers are generally self-sufficient people who also have a strong interest in self-defense. So I've been asked many times by people about citizens arrests. They want to know exactly what they are and if a regular person is actually able to legally arrest somebody or not. So hopefully this video helps answer those questions a little bit. So the first thing that we have to do is take a look at the actual meaning of the word arrest, which usually means to seize someone by legal authority. So when you have legal authority to seize somebody and you've stopped that person either by telling him that he's not free to leave or you've had to use reasonable physical force to hold them there, then you have arrested them whether you're a police officer or not. Now to truly answer this question for you specifically, you'll need to research the laws of your state to see if citizens arrests are legal or not in your state. Now it appears that across most of the United States that citizens arrests are legal, but with stipulations. Some states require for it to be a felony before the citizen can make the arrest, while other states allow for both felonies and misdemeanors. Now my state says it needs to be a felony or a misdemeanor where it breaches the peace. So while any citizen can make a citizen's arrest in my state for a felony, a citizen could not make a citizen's arrest for something that's not creating danger or property loss. Like if a citizen saw someone smoking a joint in an alley, they wouldn't be able to make a citizen's arrest over something like that. So once you've researched and clarified yourself on your state's laws on citizens' arrests, and if you can even do it, or if it has to be a felony or not, here's where many people get stumped about citizens' arrests after they've legally arrested a bad guy. The first thing to kind of remember is that citizens generally don't actually handcuff the bad guy and then drive or walk the bad guy to jail after they've done the citizen's arrest. Once you've legally stopped and arrested the bad guy for his crime, then all you're basically doing is holding him there until the police arrive to finish taking him into custody and getting him carted off to jail. Again, arrested means you've stopped that criminal from freely leaving the scene of the crime. Arrested doesn't mean transporting him to jail so he can be booked in. Now, it's also important to remember that arrested means seizing somebody by legal authority. So don't allow yourself to get caught up with accidentally, illegally arresting somebody. For example, if your state only allows citizens arrests for felonies and you perform a citizen's arrest on a misdemeanor, then you've made an illegal seizure. And if you seize somebody illegally, then it could actually be considered criminal confinement. And then the bad guy could go after you in court. Dirt. Now, depending on the state, if you, the citizen, make a citizen's arrest, the police may ask you to write a probable cause statement and then sign a complaint of what occurred and why you made the citizen's arrest. Now, loss prevention officers, and these are employees at shopping centers whose jobs are to look out and apprehend shoplifters. These are a good example of citizens who make citizens arrests by holding shoplifters that they've caught until the police get there. And then when the police arrive, then they actually have the loss prevention officer write up a probable cause of what happened. Now let's talk about how cops look at and feel about citizens arrests. And this is going to depend on your state and your area, and even the individual cop who arrives once you've made a citizen's arrest. Now, if you're one of those people who really puts themselves out there looking for the opportunity to make citizen's arrests, especially if you're making citizen's arrests on petty crimes, then the responding cops are probably going to look down on what you're doing. And this is because many people have absolutely no training in the use of force. and they usually don't have any good sense of the laws in their areas. So many times the cops will see people like this as having a high probability of causing more harm than good. Now, with having said that, if you just stopped a criminal that committed a pretty bad crime, such as rape or burglary or purse snatching or something like that, then the cop will probably pat you on the back instead of looking down on your actions. And cops can also be territorial about their job, just like most people are. Some cops just have that mentality that it's their job to stop and arrest the bad guys. And they may feel like somebody's stepping on their toes if that person stops the bad guys and then calls for the cops to come and cart the bad guy off to jail. I've even seen cops get upset at other cops from other jurisdictions that make arrests in their jurisdiction. It's silly, but cops are human. And when humans are involved in anything, you'll get those human nature issues. And the size of the city or the town that you live in may also be another factor. If you live in a small town, the cops will probably be more receptive to a customer who chases down a person who stole a bag of chips from a little mom and pop store and holds him down until cops arrive. But if you live in a big city, the cops might look down on a customer who just did the same thing, chasing and holding down a person who shoplifted that same bag of chips. And a big factor that you're going to want to know about, so that you don't get yourself arrested or sued for tons of money, is knowing about the proper use of force to use to subdue that bad guy until the cops arrive. So it's your duty, if you consider yourself the type of person who won't stand by to let yourself or others be victimized, it's your duty to know your state's laws. You don't want to risk having charges filed against you or lose your house in a lawsuit because you used excessive force in stopping a bad guy, either from committing a crime in the first place or from escaping after committing the crime. Now, if you live in a free state, your state's laws will probably say something close along the lines of, if you witness a felony, such as a purse snatcher, then you can use reasonable force to stop that bad guy from escaping before police arrive. Meaning, if that bad guy is running away, then you're probably fine to push him down and hold him on the ground until police arrive. But if the bad guy starts trying to punch you or harm you so he can escape from you holding him there, then you can punch him back to stop his attack on you. Or if the bad guy starts trying to pull a knife or another weapon on you, then you can use your firearm and use deadly force against that bad guy to keep him from causing a deadly injury to you. However, if you witness a person who just committed a felony, and he's running away from you in the crime scene, and you just pull out your gun and start shooting him as he's running away, then your state's laws will probably deem that as unreasonable use of force, and you'll probably be charged, unless that felon was posing an immediate risk to somebody else as he was running away. Folks, I'm not going to tell you if you should or should not make citizens arrests. There's just too many variables involved, such as the knowledge that a person has on their local laws, or the severity of the crime, or how far the criminal may or may not go in using violence to make his escape from you. In the end, it's your responsibility to gain your knowledge on this subject to make your own informed decision. Anyways, folks, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I pray that you have a good night. Since YouTube isn't always showing you when channels that you have subscribed to have released a new video, please hit the little bell icon so you are notified anytime that I release one. Folks, if you like this video, please support my channel by giving it the thumbs up, and please comment below with your thoughts, and please share this video by clicking on the icon, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to this channel as many more videos on prepping and self-defense are coming. Find me on Facebook under Ethical Preparedness page. Just use the terms Ethical Preparedness page in Facebook's search box.